been a rather busy 2 weeks.
That is correct. No, things are going well though, Mr. Brown.
It has been. People are starting to fear the marshals again. And the faceless, I think their assets are beginning to feel what it means to be chased down.
That's good. You see, a lot of these assets have taken from us over the past year. Looks like nothing was being done until you finally took that unacane spot. Yeah, that man still pisses me the fuck off.
It's he's about to get his payday. We've been running what I deem to be Operation Blindfold. The world's about to find out what they've been up to.
What if I told you he barks the Oracle for a job at Dogstone?
Say that again? What did he say?
He asked the Oracle for a job at Dogstone.
Really? I'm not sure how he's going to do that as a felon. That'll be interesting. There may be some of my assets out in the wild off the government profiles. No sign of their affiliation. We've been infiltrating. Started Operation Blindfold about 4 weeks ago. Originally, when I realized there was corruption within SASM, and some individuals were let go and others brought into SASM, only known to the state. Thus far, 3 of these groups have been infiltrated, and their information is being kept behind a lock and key. Now, in saying that, I think in the next 2 days, you'll see some of the fruits of that labor showing up on the docket. In fact, Ruth would be here, but some properties are currently being locked down as
This is good to hear. You know, corruption runs very deep in this city. Some of it is the faceless is doing. Some of it is just people being
I want to tell him so
stupid.
bad. Yeah.
You see, there is a reason why I wanted to meet you. Give you a heads up. Because I believe this is intel not even the faceless know just yet. You remember the cartel, the Garra? We have word that in the next few weeks, they're going to be using the waters, the roads of Los Santos as a way of, how can I put this? You know, when you fly to a different country, and then the plane needs to land in another airport, a layover.
Yes.
Let's just say they're doing that with guns.
Really? Using San Andreas as a staging ground.
That is correct, and a specific gun in mind. Something that hasn't been seen for years. Plus, I think of perhaps a blueprint. AP Glock.
We've recently seen those in the wild. Last week. Is it possible that they may have started to hand those out?
stop them than signing them now. That's most likely that one attack a month ago.
Interesting. Yeah, we got our
70s browsers. They probably took a batch of Glocks.
Oh, I got you. That makes sense. But we're talking about a greater number.
That is correct. According to our intel, there's a huge amount that they're going to be using to stage within the city. And knowing the faceless, they're going to get assets and gangs and every fucking one to try steal those guns. And I'm giving you the heads up right now because I don't think they even know.
I understand. Gives us enough time to kind of prepare for whatever day it might be that this information gets out or movement of it occurs.
I can tell you there's confirmed 5 different transport links. Meaning one day they may be using boats, one day they're using planes, one day they could be even using the roads. So, I don't know how you operate, I'm not telling you how to operate. Maybe get a select team together. Because if you're able to prevent this, that means assets and gangs and crews won't be able to get their hands on these Glocks from this cartel.
Understood. Those Glocks are fucking dangerous. I still have shivers with the Ladybird and AP Glocks. Driving through the subway tunnels. 4, 5, 6 AP pistols going off. It would end your life in a second's notice.
Having people in the city run with those guns is going to cause a lot of chaos. So hopefully we can get as much intel as we can before the faceless, so you can succeed on preventing. Because the Garra isn't the issue, it's them being hijacked.
A 100%. Garra, they're I don't feasibly see ever shutting them down. They come from somewhere else, right? And San Andreas doesn't exactly have a standing military or the capability to shut it out down there. So let me ask you something. What are the chances Garra may be open to the idea of, I don't see this being feasible. I was going to suggest open to communication, but I run it back in my mind, and I very much doubt that'd be the case. I mean, at the end of the day,
especially after last month.
Yeah, exactly that. I was thinking enemy of my enemy.
Exactly. I believe the Garra's enemy is the 3 superpowers in the city. That's the PD, that is the Faceless, that is Dogstone. But, like I said, we have some intel. I'm letting you know because I know for a fact the Faceless, Charlie, Skynode, whatever the fuck they got going on, they're gonna get that intel too. And it's only a matter of days before they start to spread this information.
Yeah. In some ways, I'm a little bit happy. We've, with the amount of movement that we've been doing lately, picking up assets off the streets, and recently Silas Moreno was picked up in a operation. If ideally and hopefully that creates a bit enough of a distraction away from that, brings to mind, actually, there, Delta One, I believe those transponders may be up for maintenance here soon. I was actually going to reach out, but now you're here. We may want to set a date for that.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Guys, they could come in with their battery pack, maintenance pack, make sure everything is all good.
Okay.
I heard your dispatch be quite unlocked. I do have a black orb if you need it.
It's local PD. It's good training for him.
Yeah, I like you, Brian. Now we see eye to eye. If only this could have happened 8 months ago.
Well, where would be the fun in that? If Faceless would have gotten shut down, Garra would be too scared to use San Andreas. In some ways, Gunner Kane gave us an entire island to play with, right?
Yeah, I wonder what that man's doing these days.
Well,
anyway,
you'll find out in the next 24 to 48 hours. I'd recommend picking up the papers this week. It's going to be a good story.
Also, according to my intel, there's been a lot of activity recently with the assets of the Faceless. A lot of activity at the echelon, their headquarters. Not too sure if that's something to worry about, or if that's a daily occurrence. But seems to me things are on edge.
I believe that. We noticed activity Thursday. Came across it almost by accident. Gang Olympics had been going on, and we noticed someone climbing buildings towards the echelon. Shortly thereafter, we collected about 15 plates of various vehicles belonging to estimated 7 to 8 different gangs. The closest bit of information we have right now is Aubrey Webster's vehicle being seen leaving that area, and prior in the day, him calling me asking for $2 million. I wouldn't have thought of it much until I like to play with my food sometimes. So I saw Aubrey outside of the big court case where we're putting away the Babylonians in prison, and I said, hey, what party were you attending? And he locked up real quick. So, a little string I can pull on. We got, like I said, 7 different gangs. Pretty much every single gang other than Manor. Probably easier to talk about who we didn't see.
I don't know if I should be concerned or interested.
Well, our estimate is effectively like this. 10 days prior to that big meetup, we had the M70s go missing. One of our blindfolded assets stated to us that all the lockers of the M70s were taken. We had previously suspected that those lockers were going to be individually doled out. However, M70s have only lightly started to hit the streets. Not enough to raise eyebrows that they are up for sale, but rather we suspect that they may have been like, let's just say old M70s that may have been a part of some coke party, this, that, and the third. But our eyes are on that. We think it has something to do with the M70s. Or alternatively, these bigger plans that you're referencing. But it's a big mystery, right? Big fog of war, so nothing can be certain.
You're not wrong. Oh, Brian, is there anything else I have to discuss? I should depart.
I don't know if you've got this possibility, but if you know of any, you know, Air One, PD Air One assets, like, you know, left around in any, you know, old buildings, maybe an old one, whatever it might be, the marshals could really use one of those. I hate yoinking them from local PD. Having our own would be nice.
see what I can do, but I won't have some sort of marshal livery, unfortunately. I don't have that type of budget.
I think that's perfectly fine. You know, well, as much as a livery would be nice, I think anything would be good. You know, I hate to see our marshals flying around in a civilian helicopter, right? Unless it's a UC op.
Give me one moment, actually. Let me make a call to one of the investors.
Investors?
Just talk to one of my investors. You want the same exact Maverick that the police have. It's not with the livery.
That would work. Absolutely. Anything that indicates it's police related.
Well, here's the thing. The investors, they may be able to give a Maverick, but the only livery is the PD livery.
That works for me. Yeah. It'd be good for non-UC calls, right? When we need folks to know that it's a PD helicopter.
Now, this isn't coming from me. This is coming from the investor. Do you have money?
Of course.
Hey, Flum. You see, like this relationship. You help us, we help you. Anything we can to defeat these face fucks.
You know what? Good fucking
Finally had a
shit.
conversation with, what should I say? Beginning to have a conversation with some sort of group you have within the PD. TRT, I believe they're called.
Yes.
They wanted a black hole. And I said, that potentially can be done, but the one that we can provide will be decommissioned, meaning no weapons. If you want something like that, you let me know.
I would love one of those as well. I think it would fit the right moments.
Don't mean to be rude here, Brian, but I'm not Walmart. Can't pick and choose 9 different helicopters, so it's either the Maverick or the Black Hawk. The investors can't give too much.
Oh, shit. Let me get back to you in 24 hours.
You know what? Give me your answer when I come back on Thursday to test the jabbers.
Okay. Absolutely. All right. I look forward to this. Is there,
I'll see you soon there, Brian Knight.
Absolutely. And if there's anything you need from me, you let me know.
Hey, Flum.
All right. You take care. How you looking, Ruth? Holy shit. Fuck. I mean, honestly, fuck the PD heli, no? We can yoink one of those at any point. There's 3 of them already. A fucking Joe, bro. I mean, like, we can't say no to a Blackhawk, chat. Even if we used it for 1 or 2 situations, we can't say no to a decommissioned Blackhawk. It's not about that. It's about the RP in my mind. You know what I mean? Blackhawk would be really good for some RP scenes. Like, imagine a Blackhawk coming in to pick up somebody. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God. He's flying back. He's picking up. I completely forgot to bring up one of the most important things. We need to discuss sending someone to federal prison, with Darkstone being the transport.
I tell my helicopter back.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll have a bunch of questions. I completely forgot about this. Literally on right here, the most important thing. My list is so long, I completely forgot the most important thing.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. There is a individual that we are looking to pick up this week. Serve a marshal warrant. Based on our assessment, keeping him confined in the walls of Bolingbroke may not be the most appropriate thing. Instead, we are contemplating getting clearance on him being kept in a federal penitentiary off the island. Likely for a handful of years. We have yet to assess the exact damage, but it could be anywhere from 7 years all the way up to 20 or 30. Now, given who it is that we are moving, and that is something that I can disclose to you as we get closer to that date, we may need your assistance to get him shipped over. If that's something you can arrange.
Just so we're all on the same page, you have have someone that isn't safe in this city, and you need him transported out, basically to a black site of some sorts.
Exactly.
I
We're all
wouldn't know
service
this
sentence.
individual, would I?
I'm sure he's come across your desk.
Let me be a bit more direct. How can I put this? I don't want you to tell me things you do not want to tell me. Is this individual I'll word it like this. Has this individual shot at Dogstone?
They've absolutely had involvement.
Is it a fucking goddamn faceless asset? Brian.
Like I said, Operation Blindfold goes very deep. As to what happens to him in federal prison, that's outside of my jurisdiction.
I'll put it like this, Brian. October 13th, 2024. We were fucked every step of the way by the faceless. Ever since then, attack after attack, money down the drain, money down the drain. And we had one ace up our sleeve, which was Victor Blackwell. I'm sure you now know who kidnapped him and put a bullet through his head.
Absolutely.
I told freely that Lang dumped Victor Blackwell in the ocean, Substantia Road. We picked him up, tried to hold him for ransom to gain some money back because these fucking assets have done nothing but be a pain. I don't know how my members of my team will feel transporting a faceless asset to safety.
I think that's where it puts both of us in a predicament. I've got my team. You've got yours. I've had a number of officers not only killed because of the actions of the faceless, but the damage that they've done to the very state that I've lived in for most of my life. However, the faceless are playing chess, and we have to match them. If this individual is able to get asylum, serve his time, it's going to put the faceless on a bit of a back foot, as this individual is not the only one that is working with us. However, with him getting the safety concerns out of the way, it will very much encourage others to see that there is another option for them other than to be in servitude under the thumb of the faceless. He may be the first. He'll spend his time in prison, more time than anyone else. And who knows? Tomorrow it might be number 2 and number 3. And slowly the house of cards begins to fall. Now, it is not beyond me to believe that there could be a alternative motive. It's something I've had to operate on from the very beginning. Some of the benefits we've received have been mildly beneficial. In fact, at times I sit back and ask myself the question, is this intentionally given to us to insow trust? But unfortunately, in this game that we're playing there, Delta One, we have to gamble from time to time. The alternative is he gets put into Bolingbrook alongside everyone else. Everyone's, the faceless, their beliefs get cemented. And those that may consider switching to our side see it as a stain on SASM and the law enforcement, that we're not willing to protect those that may put some faith in us. That's the difference between the faceless and us. In many ways, we can provide people freedom as opposed to servitude.
I don't want to extract information out of you do not want to give, but if I'm picking up what you're putting down, this man, if you say he's not safe, I'm assuming this man sort of flipped to an extent. Which now leads me to my next point. Let's say somehow I convince my team to turn a blind eye and not put a fucking bullet into this man's head. If this man has flipped and is a faceless asset, an X, I'm sure the faceless would come after him.
Which is why federal prison seems to be the best option. Now, eventually he's going to have to make his way back, but at that point he's on his own. But in Bolingbrook, he'll be dead in a day.
The moment that man goes to Bolingbrook, I don't know if you know this, but the last time a asset even went into interrogation, someone that's actually inside, more deeper within the circle, name was Phoenix. That man stood right in front of other assets. According to our intel, I believe it was Clark, that New Babylon man, Shang, Misha, and I believe Phoenix was standing in a circle, and he was sniped outside Bolingbrook, dead, all because he left interrogation with Richard Dog. The moment this asset steps foot, unfortunately he is dead. But the way I see it and the way you're describing, this man is dead. Any way you put it.
That's correct. At least in federal prison, the laws of the United States take a hold. Last time I checked, they've got their methods to extract any information that may be left out.
You see, if I can convince my people, he could probably extract him to those borders. But the issue is getting him to those borders. Because I can assure you, if this is what I'm thinking it is, an X-asset has flipped, the transport we will be getting here. Not in a doubt.
You're not wrong. It's going to be a very tough mission. But if he's extracted out, you know, I want you to consider how much he's probably left out and willing to start sharing. But I don't want you to, I want to be very clear here. I am not 100% certain as to whether or not this is a much bigger play by the Faceless. We can never know with these people.
I've read the news lately. Seems like a lot of things are going your direction. This is because of a certain individual. Call me naive, but trust to an extent wouldn't be there. But you're not wrong. You can never trust someone fully.
I can tell you
that in every aspect in life.
That's exactly it. Everyone's got their motivators. I'll tell you this much. He's a key reason as to how Silas Moreno, the Faceless asset, was picked up.
Oh, he's fucked.
Yeah.
He sure is not dead already.
He's not exactly the brightest. He hid in a bush over here the other day. I asked him why would he come here of all places. That would just, he's been, if I'm going to be rather honest, he's been very open about him apparently ratting out everyone.
I'll tell you what, like I said, I'm not a marshal, I'm not a PD member, but judging by every scenario, if he goes to Voidenberg, this man is dead. If he goes to the extraction, at least he has a chance, you could say.
Exactly.
But I want you to understand we are 99% going to get hit, so it's whether you want to take that risk.
We have to. At the top of the reason I do this job is to serve and protect. And if it's not the people, if it's not to give people a second chance, then they're just going to turn to the Faceless anyways. People need to see the light at the end of the tunnel, the possibility of the alternative.
Don't mind me asking. As soon as we reach borders outside San Andreas, if I were to, for example, do something outside the borders, nothing could be done from your end, can it?
That's something I need to get clarity on from the Supreme Court. They would be, of course, expecting him. Like I said, their laws are a little bit more looser than ours in San Andreas.
I'll tell you what, I'll talk to everybody. Get everyone on the same page, understand this is a bigger picture moment. Because I can assure you, some investors would want whoever the fuck this is. Absolutely. Actually, you care to tell me his name?
I have to await for the legal way of doing it. Like I said, I want to get your sense of things before I approach the state.
I'm 99% sure I can get my team to not pull a trigger on this man and try their best to safely sort him out these waters. However, I cannot guarantee success. If this man is behind all these things I'm reading in the news, I'm surprised he's not dead already.
We've been trying our best. I feel like a father watching his son run around in his helmet trying to touch the stove and explaining him to him over and over again why he shouldn't do it. But I got a lot of training in that when I was in the LSPD, so this man isn't I'm used to the challenge.
I'll tell you what, if you can, confirm with me tonight or early tomorrow, so I can start preparing.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure I can organize a team to try extract him out the city.
Okay. I will probably need 24 to 48 to get confirmation. He has already accepted, he's already agreed to these terms. Now it's just the state signing off on it and the court system, which which I think we should be able to do rather quickly.
I'll see you soon then. I'll be waiting your cool encrypted email.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I won't tell you, Brian. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of friendly fire on these tasks.
Well, we best be careful then.
That we shall. That we shall.
Oh man, let's see how. Let me see. Let me see. Is Ruth still on duty? Oh shit! I think she had to go off duty. I think we got to go down this RP route. It makes sense, right? Got to keep Brandon alive. Giving a mission back to Cap? Yeah. Man, I wish Ruth was here for this.